Whatever watch you end up with is the watch you're going to be selling me.
This is gonna get real.
I'm going to keep interrupting him, so I'm going to f you all up.
I find out he's taking bribes, and that really pissed me the f off. I know there was malicious thing. This is a person that I knew since 7th grade.
That hurts. Guys, as usual, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get back to the video. Who's ready for the next challenge? So for the next challenge, you guys collectively get to pick 3 watches out of the safe. I don't care what they are. You're going to then sell them to me. Any questions?
This is crazy. Definitely did not expect this, but now we're supposed to sell the founder, the CEO of Luxury Bazaar, his own watch. This is gonna get real.
Each one of you get a watch. You can pick them individually, you can pick them collectively, I don't care. I suggest do it as a team, because every single one of you, whatever watch you end up with, is the watch you're gonna be selling me.
Okay, got it.
Sell me this pen. Anyone remember that?
I could sell anything.
Sell me this f***ing pen right here. You can sell anything, sell that. Go ahead.
Number 1, educate your consumer. Number 2, listen to your consumer. Number 3, don't talk too much. Last but not least, it's confidence. So let's see how confident these kids will be selling me a watch.
All right, so for the next challenge, we're gonna be selling Roman some watches. So we're here at the safe, we're gonna go browse around, find 3 watches that we could sell Roman.
We got to be strategic about this because I think we need to find, you know, watches that we each have our strengths on that we can kind of like relay to one another.
I'm going out of my wheelhouse here.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%. Everyone's gonna say, oh, he's gonna
Rolex?
pick a Rolex.
He's not.
The
I love
answer
it.
is no. I'm going to take this 𝗵𝗄𝗯 Havana.
Oh, Havana.
This is a platinum watch, and believe it or not, this movement is actually made out of 18 karat rose gold.
Me, you know what Roman always said? Roman said, sell what you love. So I'm going to base it on, you know, something I really like, which is Ulysse Nardin, right? So, you know, great watches with a lot of historical significance. They probably don't get a lot of spotlight these days, but these watches do have a lot of value, and you can get them at an unbeatable value. So you have really the pedigree, the historical significance at an unbeatable price.
All right, so I know Roman's got a huge thing for APs. I know he's a sucker for AP, he loves it. So I think the best decision here is picking the AP 25721 ST. I think he's gonna like this model, also known as the Beast. Let's do it.
Kevin, David, please come to my office. I hear you guys have some watches to sell me.
Yes, sir.
So what'd you guys pick?
I picked something that I think is really undervalued and a really good value.
What is it?
This is a 𝗕𝗫𝗄𝗏 GP, as it's known.
That's good enough. And what'd you get?
I came out with the AP 25721 ST. Obviously, you're an AP lover. You would have to have this in your collection.
We have a small issue, and the issue is that this is supposed to be a 3-way challenge. I got a text this morning from Peter. Good morning, I just woke up with a 102-degree fever. Great chance I have COVID again or the flu. 0 immune system. My mom's taking me to urgent care later if I get out of bed, which kind of makes things unfair because I'm still gonna make him sell me a watch over the phone. So to make things fair, what I'm gonna do with you two to level the playing field, why don't you give him that GP? And you give him that AP. At 11 o'clock, you come back first and you're gonna pitch me that AP, and you're gonna come back 10 minutes later and pitch me that GP. You got 20 minutes to talk amongst each other. Bye.
Completely caught me off guard. Everything I just studied for went completely out the window, and I'm supposed to learn this new watch in like 10 minutes. Go figure.
All right, so this is the Neo Bridges by 𝗕𝗫𝗄𝗏. Very important to know, 𝗕𝗫𝗄𝗏 is a brand that's existed since 1791. It's one of the premier like high horology houses. So there's been a lot of advancements that they've done, like the constant escapement.
This is D serial.
D serial, okay.
First one produced.
First one
Very
produced.
important because it brings the rarity to it.
What year was this, 1996?
No.
90. Yeah, we only got 10 minutes. I'm trying to teach Kevin as much as I can. He's trying to teach me some of his watch. Like this is, yeah, this is gonna be tough.
All right, David, come in.
As usual, I'm up first. Mr. Sharf.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
David, sell me the watch.
We have the wonderful and historically significant 𝗕𝗫𝗄𝗏 Royal Oak Offshore, the first of its kind.
Chop that in half. You're selling me a watch.
Yeah.
You're not telling me a history of the watch.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep interrupting you, so I'm gonna f you all up. All the fluff, think of a YouTube video. Cut out the fluff. Tell me about the watch.
So yeah, so this is the Royal Oak 257 2 ST. Now this watch so it's a D serial. So it was produced in the earlier range, so 1993, limited to 100 pieces. Now this was a piece that
I don't think it's limited to 100 pieces.
Well, that's when they released them. They released 100 at Basel World to test the waters.
That was in 1982.
In 92.
I tell all my salespeople to be yourself. Don't try to pretend someone that you're not, i.e. changing up the voice, changing up the way you talk. But certain basic things like the filler words, the uhs and the ums and the makes a person sound unconfident. You should be confident in your product. You should be confident in yourself first and foremost, and the company that you represent.
How much is a watch?
We have it for $39,000.
Okay, so I have another guy that's offering me a similar watch for 37. Why should I buy yours for 39?
Well, so with us, we really stand behind all of the products that we sell here at Luxury Bazaar. So you are guaranteed with a 2-year warranty.
I thought it was 3.
It's 2 years, sir.
2 years? Okay.
2 years. Yeah, so we stand for a 2-year warranty. All our products are thoroughly vetted before they get sent out to the client. Also,
By vetted, what do you mean by vetted?
Vetted, so we quality control our watches. So we have a team of experts.
If I was selling that watch and somebody told me, hey, sell me this watch, I would make it a lot faster and a lot less nervous.
The little filler words I use are kind of I guess a mechanism that I use because I'm constantly thinking of what's at hand and I'm translating words in French to English. So I'm definitely going to work on that.
Kevin, come to my office.
Roman, listen.
Sit down. Hey, Kevin, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I sent you a message about that GP. Never really bought a GP before. What can you tell me about the brand?
I think honestly, when you're speaking on GP, they have a long history of high-end horology. It's a perfect buy. Something like this for value, what you're getting up against what it retailed at. Originally, when this watch dropped, it was in the 30,000 range. Right now, you can pick this up right now off our website for the 20,000.
All right, stop. So number one, listen to your client. I didn't ask you about price. I didn't ask you about value. I simply asked you about 𝗵𝗵𝗏.
Okay.
Right? And
Gotcha.
you jumped into telling me that this is a good price and you should buy the watch.
All right.
This is not, we don't sell used cars, right? And there's no hard sell here, right? It's about providing enough information to the client, short and sweet.
So with GP, 𝗵𝗵𝗏, I think it's a great type of watch, considering that they're known for their high-end horology.
Brand, not watch. Not watch.
Kevin is so hyperactive. Kevin is so motivated, overly motivated to where sometimes his words come out before his thoughts even finish processing in his brain. And I told him that.
Tell me, what was the original MSRP on this watch?
So originally, this watch came out in the $30,000 range.
No, what was the actual MSRP?
Well, what I was reading, 30,000.
Okay.
31.4.
Okay, so the original, and you're selling it for how much?
Right now, we have it for 19,000.
So why is it discounting 40%?
Stock. Stock.
I know I flipped the script on you guys last minute, but that was the whole point, because you know why?
Because we were comfortable.
Because it doesn't matter what watch you're holding in your hand.
Look, I'll be honest. I was super prepared to present the watch I originally had. Like I said before, this was unexpected. Not making an excuse, but this was definitely challenging to present this watch to Roman after everything I studied on the previous watch.
What's up?
You look about as good as I feel. What watch are you selling me today with 102 fever?
The FP Journe, the Havana.
FP Journe Havana. All right, so let's start thinking from the top. Hey, Peter, this is Roman. How you doing?
This guy was in bed with 102 fever, yet he still was cool, calm, and collected as Peter does. But to be fair, Peter has experience. So I figured I kind of leveled the playing field with him being in bed with a high fever.
How are you, Roman? I'm all right.
Calling about this Journe Havana watch. I mean, I'm pretty familiar with the brand. Just needed to know, what do you got it listed for?
I believe that this watch is listed for $89,995.
Okay, so you got it out there for 90 grand. So I have a guy next door that he's offering me this watch for slightly less, around 88,000. Why should I pay you 90?
So let me actually see what I could do about the number, right? But before then, you've been looking at the guy. Now, is his watch new with papers? Is his naked? Do you know anything of that nature?
It's a very comparable watch to yours.
Okay, so it's very comparable. Now, do you know what year it is or no?
No, I don't think it's really relevant.
The minute I mention a price and why should I pay you this versus the next guy, he went to the books to try to figure out the cost and see how much better he can do. That's not the first thing I want my sales staff to do. I first want my sales staff to explain the value that we bring to the table outside of price.
Tell me a little bit about 𝗕𝗫. What's all this hype surrounding 𝗕𝗫? The company's only been around for 20 years.
So at 𝗕𝗫, it's based on allocations, right? So they don't produce many watches per year. I cannot give you a definitive figure. However,
200.
You know, these 200 watches per year. So now these are based on allocation. So you would have to go to an authorized dealer and try to obtain one of these. However, they have a strong clientele basis, right? So these are people that have bought in the past, and they have the priority over what's coming in and what's going out.
So, I mean, honestly, I'll give you your A-, and you need to go back to bed and take some Dayquil.
Yeah, I can't take Dayquil. I'm allergic to it.
Oh, that's right. What can you take?
No medicine.
No medicine?
I have 2 aspirins here.
Well, I guess what? Chicken noodle soup it is.
Overall consensus on all 3 guys, they could still use some work. Stay till the end of the episode. I will announce the winner of this challenge.
Yo, what's going on?
What up?
What's happening, dude?
Not much. Just hanging out, enjoying the view. So since it's Christmas,
Since it's Christmas, I'm going to give away my essential hoodies.
So I deal with Alex all day.
I like how Nick thinks he's funny.
I like how you think you dress well.
Let's see. Comment below. Am I dressed well today? Actually, let's do it. Let's do a comparison right here. Let's do a comparison.
So you're wearing white shoes that you destroyed that you paid what, $1,500 for, right? More.
Okay, go ahead.
Probably more.
I'm gonna go up.
You're wearing fucking sweatpants to work.
Lululemon?
Lululemon, probably not.
No,
right?
it is. That's, yeah.
Okay, whatever. A fucking hoodie.
By who? Bravest Studios, thank you.
Okay, the hoodie probably cost maybe $30 to make, and you probably paid about $120, and your hairline's
Damn! Whose outfit is better? That's the real question. Please add this in the video. Comment below. I am working on sourcing 6 pieces, or actually 5 pieces for a specific client of mine. He's a return client. He's looking for gifts for Christmas. The watches that I'm working on sourcing right now is a 15450 ST, 37mm white dial. Also sourcing a 7118 Apodaca, the gray dial. Rolex Explorer 1016, vintage piece, very nice. Pink OP, and then a Datejust palm dial. So altogether, it's about 5 or 6 watches. We're still going through options, so we'll get it done pretty quickly and have everything wrapped up before Christmas. The tricky part about sourcing these pieces is that we have to source from obviously different vendors. So that's about 4 different people that we have to source from, or 3 different people that we have to source from. So sometimes it's a little bit tricky, especially logistically getting all the watches together in one place and then shipping them out as a whole set. But we're gonna make it happen and we'll get it done before Christmas.
So I'm sending these 2 watches to a client of mine to take a look. He wants to try them on, see how they feel. So the client actually loved the watch, so it was a keeper. This is my favorite kind of market because you have a lot of options as opposed to a few months ago, the prices were going up every single day. Right now, we actually can source something that if you wait just a little bit and kind of look around, you can find a much better deal. So this is my favorite kind of market to source the pieces.
All right, so I have a client who came into the store today to pick up his beautiful 15500 ST, and we're gonna work out a trade. So my client reached out to me via social to work out a trade. So he really wanted a 15500 ST, and he was trading a 11621, so a 40mm Yachtmaster with the satin black dial, which happens to be one of my favorite Rolexes. He was also trading a 126710 𝗵𝗄 on Jubilee bracelet. Hey, it's a pleasure. David, man. Pleasure to meet you. There you are.
That's nice.
15500.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful. We can size it here for you if you'd like.
It's, let's see. Can I take them off?
Yes, of course. Please, please.
Thank you.
Your watch. Let's put this.
This is gorgeous.
It is beautiful. Honestly, the tapisserie dial is just something that 𝗕𝗫𝗄𝗪 really executes to a T. And
Sparkling, brand new, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's brand new.
Beautiful watch.
Yeah,
Love
beautiful,
it.
beautiful, beautiful.
I just love the color combination on it. It's just unbelievable.
It's amazing and just
beautiful, beautiful watch. The shine on it is unbelievable.
It really is, and I just really like the contrast between the matte brushed and the high shine surfaces. It's
beautiful.
Just something that you can wear.
I had my eyes on it for a while now. It's just with the market being crazy, I mean, last year I would say this is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
They came down quite a bit, so that's the reason why I was like, you know what, I can't pass on it right now.
Exactly.
This is a moment for it.
It's a perfect time, really, and I'm just really happy we're able to figure something out.
This is just gorgeous, man.
It's gorgeous
for sure.
Do you want to try it on? So
yeah,
we can see
sure.
if we can,
Let me just take my watch off. If you don't mind. So this one goes first. Wow.
Oh, it's a beauty. Huh?
This is beautiful.
Yeah, it is a beauty. Like if I were to pick one watch, I'd be really torn between, a GMT Master.
GMT is great.
Or this, if
I was trying to go for something unique.
Exactly.
You see my collection. I have quite a bit of watches on it, so I was like, why not? I mean, just and I have a lot of watches I wasn't wearing, so I was like, you know what? I might as well get just something, quality over quantity. But the thing is, this is just unbelievable.
It really is. It really is a beautiful
gorgeous
piece.
watch. Gorgeous watch.
And the rose gold matches your ring.
Yeah.
Well. The rose gold on the matches your ring.
This is beautiful, man. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
How's the size for you?
The size is good.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't like to size my watches.
Okay.
I mean, I like to keep them the way it is.
Okay.
Same with my watches. I never size any of them. I like them a little bit loose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless it's a strap, that's a different story.
Exactly.
The bracelet, this is just perfect. Like I said, I like them loose like that. Shouldn't be a problem.
It's a little bit more comfortable, also.
I just love it
to wear it.
This is beautiful, man.
Oh, I'm happy.
Thank you, man.
I'm happy you're happy.
Thank you for making it happen. Yeah. Honestly.
All right. So first one is this 𝗵𝗵 on Jubilee. Wow, really, really good condition. You take good care of your watches.
Wear it a few times.
Congratulations, yes.
Thank you.
There. And this one is actually one of my all-time favorites. I think
it's a gorgeous watch.
It is, really, really. I really like the dial, the black dial.
The combination is great.
It is, I'm surprised that it's not more popular in the market.
I do have another one, the chocolate dial.
Oh, you have the chocolate as well?
Yes.
My guy, he has everything.
But that's a keeper. I never wear that.
That's a keeper.
I
was going to say the chocolate one is a little bit more popular in the market.
I know. That's the reason why I wanted to keep it,
Which is strange. I honestly prefer this one because I think it's a little easier to wear with a lot of things.
That matches a little bit more, between
it does, yeah.
Dial. And the bracelet.
It does, but I think the thing with the chocolate, right, is like, okay, it's not like your only watch, whereas like I'm looking at this like saying like, okay, this would be my only watch. You see, so I'm looking at it that way.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Thanks for helping.
Pleasure. We were able to get him into a trade. So enjoy the watch, Elton. Thank you so much.
So basically, this is, as I mentioned before, I sourced a Milgauss. This is the Rolex Milgauss 116-400 GV. This is the blue dial, as you see here, with the killer orange lightning bolt secondhand, which I love the orange. But yeah, this is another sourced installed piece. We do source pieces, guys. If you don't see them online, hit up myself or any other salesman, and we can find you whatever you're looking for. But I'm about to give him a call. Hey, Brian, how you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm good. How about yourself?
Good, good. I was just calling to follow up. As you saw the pictures I sent, you're pretty happy with everything, right?
Oh, I have no complaints yet.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Glad.
Hey, if you keep the watch in my 13.5, then we'll have a problem.
I hear you. Yeah, I mean, this thing is basically brand new. Still got the white hang tag here as well. So you're all set there. I'll send out the email and hopefully we'll get it shipped out today and should be to you by tomorrow.
I gotta be honest with you. I was a little suspect of the whole gray market thing first, but I did a little research. So.
Yeah, and everything we do, we cover a 2-year warranty with the watch, as you know, so you're good to go there as well.
Good deal. Good deal. Right. Well, I appreciate your work on it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good.
All right, have a good one.
Bye.
Appreciate the deal, Brian. Glad I could get the watch out to you. The Rolex Milgauss was your first Rolex, so hopefully you're enjoying that for the holidays, and I'm glad we could finally get it done for you.
Guys, I apologize. Quick interruption to the episode, but it's a very special announcement, so please listen carefully.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ninu, and the co-founder and CEO of Watches for Good. We have some super exciting news to share today. I've always been inspired by MB&F's creations, what they stand for, and we were fortunate to have them reach out with an opportunity to partner on this most exciting collaboration. The MB&F M.A.D Gallery team has created an exclusive Watches for Good limited edition 𝗿𝗏𝗄. The MSRP for this 𝗿𝗏𝗄 is $250. We are a 501c3 nonprofit where all your contributions are accounted for online with total transparency and welcome you to go online and view our financials. Given this collaboration is for charity, we're actively trying to raise funds. So for the first 300 supporters who donate at least $500, Watches for Good will give away a limited edition 𝗿𝗏𝗄 while supplies last. Giving more is encouraged and tax deductible. Our EIN number is visible on our website, and we thank you for your most generous support. Without further ado, we'd love to unveil it right now.
Wow, not much more I can add to what Nino has already said, with the exception of the fact you guys know it's no secret I'm a humongous Max Buser fan. And to be able to do something like this in collaboration with him is a big deal for me personally. He's one of my idols in the watch industry. Instructions on how to get one of these are very simple. Go to www.watchesforgood.org/𝗿𝗏𝗄. You will find all the instructions there on how to get your hands on one of these bad boys. All right, guys, very important time of the year. The last series of all the major auctions take place, this time New York City. We got Philiips, we got Sothebys, we got Christie's. We managed to get out to Christie's and Sothebys for a nice preview and then got to talk market with my very good friend Adam, along with obviously identifying pieces we're going to bid on and try to buy. So Adrian's favorite 5270 is the Salmon Dow. But I think the green blows it out of the water.
I haven't seen the green in person yet. So
I haven't either. What are they saying here?
Estimate is $200 to $400. What was the retail on that? Do you remember? I mean, not that it matters because you can't get it.
So it's sitting right around 300.
The retail's 300?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
the
the
same
estimate.
it's the same as all the
I mean,
other
listen,
ones.
Christie's is well, they know what they're doing. Their auction estimates are usually right in the ballpark of what the watch is worth. You know, so if the retail is 300 and their estimate's $200 to $400.
Honestly, seeing them side by side.
I gotta see the green in hand. I gotta.
No, but it's side by side. The green blows it out of the water.
Yeah, I gotta see it in hand. Little Tiffany & Co. action. I love the bracelet, that original bracelet.
So this is all the Tiffany stuff. It's actually going to be interesting to see where the Tiffany stuff pools, and the reason for that is because with the hype of Nautilus is coming down. I mean, rule of thumb, any Nautilus Tiffany was double.
Well, yeah, and I was talking with a collector recently, and it's like your more basic Nautilus, you know, reference 5711, you know, mass-produced stuff versus Tiffany. I think Tiffany stuff will stand the test of time because A, it's Tiffany, and Tiffany's classic and timeless.
I just don't think.
But also the production's a lot lower. You know?
I don't think it's going to fetch double the market on regular Nautilus.
Maybe not. I mean, the market was crazy inflated, but I think in the long term, like in terms of like a long-term hold, I think the Tiffany & Co. stuff is special.
This is one to go after because the 5960s. Supposedly these were made for the Russian market with the blue dials on white gold, but I don't really believe it.
That's my favorite variant too. Possibly some really good deals on jumbo vintage Royal Oaks because.
So do we know what series these are?
Don't know. We'll pull them out later. But one steel, one gold, both AP, or no, this one's AP down, which is the early dial version, correct. This is AP up, Swiss made, so it's probably a later dial, later production.
I still
but
want
the
that
prices in Geneva in the November sales were very soft on this model. I mean, again, like everything else that happened over the past couple of years, the prices skyrocketed, but there was not a lot of interest in the November sales. I think people paying attention now might be able to pick these up for a really good deal, and there's a lot of value there because they're very low production.
What do you think of this 3700 with the diamonds?
That's beautiful. Yeah.
I have never seen one in person.
It's a, what is it, 3700/3 or 4 or something like that. Because I like the diamond bezel. I'm usually not a huge diamond guy, but it's subtle because it's around the edge of the bezel. It's not the whole bezel. Factory done by Patek in the 70s and early 80s.
You know what's funny?
Very, very rare.
You loop those things, and it's tough to tell if it's original or not because the setting back then was such shit.
Really?
A lot of people will loop and be like, this looks like somebody did it on 47.
So we have together a 3700 in gold, not diamond, just regular 3700/1. And the markers at 12, they're like a little uneven. And Alex was texting this morning. He's like, hey, have you ever seen this before? And I'm like, what am I looking at? And he's like, the markers being uneven. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, it's weird, right? I'm like, no, that's really common. The quality control in the 70s and early 80s was not what it is today. You know, these were applied by hand.
Yeah,
you know,
so
it's very common to see markers on Nautiluses that are uneven. Stunning. Two-tone salmon.
My favorite Royal Oak ever is that in a skeleton version. Actually, no, I would say not even the platinum. I would say tantalum rose.
Yeah,
I had that before. I had a set. I had a watch and I had a matching chain made out of tantalum.
Can I just say your glove makes you look extra classy?
Thank you.
Like it adds a touch of class, you know.
5711.
The green dial. We got to pull that, dude.
that's
I've seen exactly. You had to look to see that it was green.
That's
I wish they would have done not that like forest green, but like a brighter
there was
green.
a lot of guys that were holding on just thinking it was going to be $1 million watch.
Man, no chance.
No chance. I mean, it got up high. It got up to 6, 7,
yeah,
800,
I remember.
even $800,000.
You know?
It's 2 to 4. I don't think it breaks 3.
The only Richard meal that I somewhat like, 6702.
You know the funny part is you don't.
I got that number right, 6702.
Yeah. Who was it made for?
I was gonna say Philippe Massa or something.
No, Alexander Zverev.
Lower,
this is estimated 180 to 350. I think
it'll go on the higher end of that.
I think with premium, it'll go higher than that.
Right.
People just don't see them off at an auction. They go crazy for them. What do you know about the ClosetKnights?
I mean,
I'm not
they're cool,
knowledgeable about them at all. But I know they always fetch buku dollars.
Yeah, I mean, they were very rare, done by hand. You know, they had specific artisans that they either had in-house or that they outsourced the work to. All of them are pretty much unique. Every single one's a unique piece. This is, you know, more of a not even a timekeeping device. It's a piece of art, like a true
There's a lot of collectors out there that want ClosetKnight dials, and this is like the grail pieces.
So. Oh yeah, I mean, because there's other brands that do ClosetKnight dials, but Patek did it the best, and it's Patek. You know?
Speaking of grail pieces.
Yeah, speaking of grail pieces, a couple really nice gold Daytonas.
62, 65.
Yeah, you see the gold bezel and screw down pushers, but non-Newman champagne dial, which some might argue is even rarer than having a gold Newman because you see very few of these versus gold Newmans. But really rare watch.
There's your cup of tea.
Yeah, some nice vintage stuff.
Red?
That'll be a very interesting watch to see.
Which one is that?
It's a 13ZN with a black dial. I just sold a similar watch, a little bit different but similar. Very rare pieces. 13ZN is like the most famous movement that Longines made. Flyback chronograph, like considered one of their best movements. And the most collectible of vintage Longines are these watches.
This is what I'm bidding on.
You're actually bidding on it?
Yeah.
You should.
Because
you might get it for a song because this is a watch that people will overlook, you know, because it's very niche.
If this is overlooked, I'm buying that for my wife.
So what are we looking at first?
So I'm really happy that the green is going into the sale because it's the first one.
So like looking at these side by side, the green is absolutely stunning. It's got like a
vignette.
Vignette. Thank you. Sorry. I wish they would have put Arabic numerals on the dial like they did with the salmon. How awesome would this watch be with the Arabic numeral? Absolutely stunning. What a beautiful watch.
Condition-wise, this one is.
I mean, what do you think that is? I mean, I've noticed in the marketplace, obviously now that like interesting colors are just so hot for modern watches. Is it just people are daring to be different kind of thing? What do you think?
No, it's like they have to change things up. So blue was hot, right?
Right.
And then the minute Patek did green, all of a sudden green became hot.
Right.
And they're just changing things up. AP follows suit with the green Royal Oaks, and then everybody and their mother follows suit, right?
Right. Green is the color.
What I like more about this is it's a lot more legible as well, because the white against the green versus the black against the salmon.
True.
Right. If you look at the markers in general, but the dial is just
stunning.
It's amazing.
Stunning.
I wanted to swing by my friend Trax's, and he was a little upset. Well, when is Max not ever upset?
My is like more dramatic than I don't know what you're dealing with, but the people I'm with are way more short-sighted and way more dumber. I mean, I had my boy who he was responsible for purchasing 49 kilograms of gold just this year. You know, I find out he's taking bribes on $800,000 orders, I hear, right? So some companies, you know, they're talking about like, oh yeah, you could go to Trax, you could give this guy a bribe and, you know, sell whatever you want. And these motherfuckers are talking. So I'm like, I hear about this. I suspend him around September 19th, my birthday. I suspend him, I tell him, listen, I gotta find out what's going on. Don't come back until December 1st. I see his face, I see the hate, I see the love, I see the hate, I see the hatred, the jealousy in his eyes, but I leave him alone because he invested and worked very hard in my company. You know what I'm saying? So I let him rock, and I'm just trying to find out what's going on. I suspend them. 10 days before the suspension is up, 9:30 in the morning, this guy shows up to a safety deposit box downstairs, loads it up in a backpack. A witness saw he's got bars of gold and shit. Loads it up and crawls up the stairs and leaves. And that really pissed me the f off. I know there was malicious things. I have to now go through all the bills and prove it and where he could have nipped and tucked and this and that and what he was doing. But this is a person that I knew since 7th grade.
That hurts.
Damn, yeah.
If I can't trust the people that work with me or for me, then I've done something wrong. That because I'm not going to hire somebody and keep a watchful eye on everybody with a camera 24/7. Yeah, I'm not going to go back and find out what the happened. But if I have to worry in the back of my head of anybody in my company, or your right-hand man that you grew up with since 7th grade, that's going to start pinching gold off of you, that's not a headache you want to live with when you're in this industry. You want a clear head. We have enough issues in this industry to begin with.
Yeah.
The most important thing in our industry, be it jewelry or watches, and that is trust. With that said, now we're off to Sothebys for a private viewing and a special panel. Hey guys, I am here with Jonathan and Richard from Sothebys. They were kind enough to let us in for somewhat of a private viewing prior to their auction. So what are we going to talk about? Two things. Number one, I wanted to take it from the professionals to get their feel on what the auction environment looks like as of right now and what to expect going forward over the next 6 months to a year. And of course, last but not least, we're going to look at a lot of kick-ass watches. I will not play that entire video. That will be a separate video that's going to come out in a few days, so stay tuned.
David, what happened with, because Tanya was saying about the invoice?
Watch was a trade, okay. We QC'd the watch, client left with the watch, but I didn't input it in the system because they were taking payment via cash and check. I was just going to put it into the system. I asked Adrian sent an email, and then that's when everything went
Everything
wrong.
exploded? Okay, so
Everything
you okay. So it could have been a huge issue because David actually didn't input the sale after the client left with the watch, in which case the watch will be missing but still appear in our inventory. So it was a trade, just so, because I'm not sure about the details. It was a trade. Customer came in with a trade and gave you part payment?
Partial payment, yes. So
partial payment?
The two Rolexes, I wrote them up, I gave them to Allah, and then I was going to put in the sale, but I couldn't put in the sale because when I wrote sold, I didn't realize that when you write sold, it's actually pulled from the system via Amber. I didn't know that it was done that way. So I went to Adrian to see why it was pulled off of the system, and then he...
Oh, you mean when you put in the sale into Magento,
yeah,
it wasn't...
I just texted him, I didn't know there was, the text in the group was connected to inventory.
It's not.
It's not, okay, so I don't see why.
So what was it for? Which watch was it for?
15500 ST, the white.
Okay.
So maybe it's because he changed the cost of it?
No.
No?
So, okay, you have to, we'll get to that later. So what happens is, you know, there's so many people working here, and for instance, if I have something on hold, I ask Amber to take it off the site, right? And it could be any person here, really. It could even be Vlad, because Vlad talks to, he deals with a lot of like platforms that we deal with, and sometimes they're interested in a watch, or it could be Roman, it could be anybody in the office, right? So not necessarily just the salespeople. So yes, the chat that we have between us most of the time works, and we know what's on hold, what's not on hold, but it's not all the time because there's a lot of platforms that we deal with.
I see, okay.
So what happened with that particular watch, with the 15500, I asked Amber to take it off the site because I was working with somebody yesterday, right before you had sold.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? It was, listen, first come, first served. I actually sold them something else. In the meantime, it was like a freak situation, which happens all the time. If there's any doubt, any glitch, come to me and I'll figure it out for you.
Perfect. Thank you. So there were a lot of moving parts in this deal. We received payment, and I kind of jumped the gun by letting the client leave without the invoice. Now, procedure is very important, especially for accounting and compliance. So that was definitely a learning experience, and now I have a roadmap from A to Z on how to ensure that all my deals are inputted properly.
All right, so I hate to tell you boys this, but Peter with 102 fever at home, he blew you out of the water, and rightfully so, because he has experience, which is okay. Now, again, I told you guys numerous times before, every challenge is not here to put you down and tell you that you're shitty, is to make you learn something. And you have learned a lot of things throughout every single challenge. They're set up not for content, they're set up to make you guys better. And you already taken it a lot of those challenges, applied what you learned, and you've become better. You started selling watches. In fact, you're selling more watches than I expected you guys to sell, both of you. In fact, Peter's in the last place in selling watches. Because Peter's in that mentality that he knows what he's doing, but he's in that wholesale mentality, right? So he needs to flip a switch as well. Peter was the only one that when I asked him kind of a tricky question, he didn't go into the history of Jourdan. He didn't tell me about the watchmaker himself or the watch, right? He jumped in and told me, well, location and, you know, huge list, very small circle, small production, right? He answered what I wanted to know.
I think the decision was pretty unanimous, and I'm sure you guys, and most of you most likely have already commented the same. This week's challenge winner is Peter, in bed with 102 fever. Congratulations, Peter. Peter, pumpkin eater.
So remember, number one, listen. You jumped right into selling me a watch when I asked you about the brand. You started stumbling a little bit and you were giving me too much information, right? The easiest thing to do, and I'm going to give this as an advice, and when Peter's here, I'll tell him the same thing, is practice once or twice a week and practice with each other. It's the easiest thing. All right?
You know what the next challenge is?
What is it?
Whoever sells the most wins challenge, wins the Rolex.